right, number 49 on page 531. I think part A asks us to find the period, amplitude, and phase shift. Now the book calls it the horizontal shift, but I think a more technical and more widely accepted term is the phase shift. And then part B said to find the equation. Okay. In order to find the equation, we need these three things. So good deal, right? So it looks like this is a base cosine function. Now we could call it a shifted sign, but since it starts up at the top, it makes sense to call it a cosine function. And since it starts right at the peak, there would be no phase shift. So the phase shift would be 0. Remember, phase shift is a number. If it's a number, if you're moving it to the right, it would be a positive, pi 12ths or something. And if it's to the left, it would be a negative pi 12ths. But this isn't shifted, so it's just 0. The amplitude, that's the distance from the center to from the equilibrium point to the peak, or from the equilibrium point to the bottom, I guess, the minimum. That looks like it's 3 halves. And then the period is 1 complete revolution. So I basically see 1 period here. It starts here and it ends here. That's 1 full period. So I don't have a name for that tick mark, so I guess we got to find that tick mark. This is that tick mark cut in half. Looks like this is pi 6. If you double pi 6, you get pi thirds. And if you double pi thirds, you get 2 pi thirds. This would be 1 pi 6. This would be 2 pi 6. This would be 3 pi 6. And this would be 4 pi 6. That's that. That's that. That's that. That's that. So the period is from 0 to... So that the period would be 2 pi thirds. All right, so that's the answers to part A. Part B, equation is y equals 3 halves, and it's a positive because it starts up top, cosine of... Now, just because we have the period, that doesn't mean we have the b value. So we need to find that b value. Remember, the period is equal to 2 pi over b, and the period is 2 pi thirds, which is 2 pi over b. We could solve this for b, but I guess, 2 pi over 3 is equal to 2 pi over b only when b is equal to 3. So that's my multiplier, 3x, and there is no phase shift. So that would be my equation, okay? Got to do a little bit of thinking to get the period, but the rest of it's pretty straightforward.